All right, so I'm Christina Mueller, and I'm chatting today with John Wohlfert. And John, I love the story of your distilling company. I'm wondering first if you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, just a brief history. My great grandparents actually started this with my grandfather.
And your
Uh,
great grandparents were bakers, right?
yeah, they owned a bakery in College Point, New York, which is in Queens in the
Yeah.
19 teens and 20s. They're an immigrant family from Germany. They had 9 kids. All 9 of them had to work at the bakery in order to eke out a living. Times were really tough, you know. Um, my grandpa's job was to make pies. Um, so I remember the holidays at Grandma and Grandpa's house, I'd be making pies with Grandpa.
Oh, wow.
But by the time Prohibition came around, my grandfather had become a boilermaker by trade. And he convinced my great grandparents to move into a 3-story tall home that's in the background of the pictures. Actually, it's on a bottle.
Yeah.
Um, and he proceeded to uh, install a boiler in the basement of the building.
Yeah.
And then he bored holes about this big around through all 3 floors inside the house. And that's where the column for the still went.
Oh, gosh. I
By
thought you were going to say
19
it was heating.
no, by 1925, which is there's a picture of them. It's the only picture we have, so we had a mural painted in the tasting room.
Yeah.
By 1925, they didn't have a struggling bakery anymore.
Yeah.
They owned 3 thriving bakeries.
Bakeries.
Well, they could get all the raw materials without government scrutiny.
Yeah.
So they would make the mash at the bakeries, and when it was fermenting, it would smell like bread rising.
Yeah.
When it was done fermenting, they'd cart it over to the house in the back of this 1924 Ford delivery van, and using a hose, they'd gravity feed it down into the basement.
And this was all still in Queens?
Yes, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So the the condensers were up on the first floor, which in New York is above ground. That's where they would collect all the alcohol, and then they would just gravity feed it back into the van and cart it away. They didn't even need any pumps at the house. The mash would just go right into New York City sewer system from the basement.
Stop it.
Yeah. So we do great grandpa sugar shine, we call it.
Yeah.
Technically it's a moonshine or a specialty alcohol. We're
Yeah.
quite proud of it. International Bartender Spirits Competition, it won a silver medal. It was
Nice.
the highest rated moonshine in the competition. And a Sip magazine in the Best of Northwest Spirits competition gave it a Judge's Pick Award. So we
Amazing.
like it. Yeah.
Congratulations. All right, so you've got this family story that goes back to Germany, goes back to Queens, New York, but you're in Washington, not far from Seattle, right?
Yeah.
How did
Well,
you end up moving?
it kind of skipped a generation. Great grandpa did it. Obviously, grandpa did it. My parents were more into wine. They didn't do spirits. I'm the first one to do it legally.
So your parents moved to Washington to
No, actually, I moved to Washington. I had many years ago. I had a trucking company, an 18-wheeler, and my uh, girlfriend's folks were from Washington State. So when deregulation of the industry came, we moved here, and which was far enough away that you wouldn't have a drive-by parental surprise visit. So we settled in the uh, uh, SeaTac area of Seattle,
Yep.
and I ended up getting involved with technology, and have been involved with tech ever since. So
So are you still involved with tech or do you just run the distilling business now?
no, I am still involved in tech. I had some things that some ideas that I had for a product, and they decided to make it become reality. And so I was going to retire, but it hadn't rolled out worldwide yet. So I guess they wanted me to stick around for it. So they promoted me. So and now that it's rolled out worldwide, I'm just about ready to pull the trigger and focus on this full time again.
Yeah. So here you are, you've got a distilling company in outside Seattle.
Yep.
You make a range of products, not just the one we're going to talk about. So
Yeah.
what is your most popular product?
Well, the most popular product is definitely the coffee liqueurs.
Really?
Yeah, in regular decaf. That we would sell, I would say, the most of. That's closely followed by our apple liqueur,
Uh-huh.
uh, which is the highest rated apple liqueur in the world in every competition it's ever been in. Um, it's uh, it's like drinking grandma's apple pie. It's really good. So
Wow. Well, congratulations. That's just incredible that people really gravitate to those products. So I also gravitated to the coffee liqueur. So I'm just going to hold up a little tiny samples that John sent me so we could have this conversation.
yeah,
So I was so really surprised about is this decaf coffee liqueur
yeah,
is available as well as regular caffeinated coffee liqueur.
yep,
So I'd love to chat with you about, first of all, how you came up with the coffee liqueur, and then how you made a decaf product that tastes just as good, like literally just as good.
yeah.
So
Thank you.
let's start with the coffee liqueur. Like why did you decide in the first place to do a coffee liqueur? Are you a coffee aficionado?
No, actually, Karen, my wife, it's her fault.
And her last name is Mueller, right?
It is Karen Mueller. Yes, yep, absolutely. I was going to mention that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one in
and
every
she,
town.
yeah, she's Karen, but not that Karen, I guess. So,
Understood.
so yeah, no, she's been making this stuff since she's been in her 20s. And she started doing the decaf because she wanted to be able to have her favorite drink at night and go to bed and not be wired on caffeine.
Hmm.
Her favorite drink is a shot of the coffee liqueur and a shot of brandy, something cheap like E&J, on the rocks with some half and half. It's super smooth and velvety. Uh, she It's the regular version of it we sent into the International Craft Spirits Competition, and they gave it a bronze medal and complained that it was too thick.
And how long ago was that?
About 4 years ago, I guess,
Okay.
and we said, "Yeah, you don't get it." So we sent it into the International Bartender Spirits Competition, and in that competition, it won gold. It was the highest rated coffee liqueur from a domestic manufacturer, and we tied for second in the world in points. We lost out by 1 point to some small Italian distillery. Like really, what do they know about coffee? I mean, come on, we're from Seattle.
Yeah, you can probably do a pretty even shakeout between Seattle and like anywhere in Italy in terms of their passion for coffee.
I suppose if you're going to lose out by 1 point,
Yeah.
it might as well be to an Italian family. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so we have Karen to thank for this amazing product then.
yep. Yeah, Karen's to thank for a couple of the products, including our basil flavored vodka.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So is there any, I mean, do you want to chat about the distilling process with coffee? Is there anything unique, any unique steps that you have to take with the coffee liqueur to make it taste so good?
Yeah, there is, and it's kind of fun because Karen's original recipe, we really, really, really like the viscosity of it. And when you talk to bartenders that feature the product, they also love the viscosity and the mouthfeel that it creates because it's very unique.
Yeah, it is
And
creamy.
yeah, it is. It really
Yeah.
is. And her original method, what would happen is that uh, uh, the um, the sugar would begin to crystallize after a while,
Hmm.
and you would end up with little teeny bits of sugar, little sugar crystals floating around inside the bottle. And I thought that was bad. I also saw that in another competitor's product, not competitor uh, from a liqueur perspective, but just another distillery,
Yeah.
and they had sugar forming in their glass, and it just didn't. It wasn't attractive. I didn't like it, and I wondered, how I could take care of that. Well, certainly one way to do it is to dramatically increase the temperature uh, of the syrup that while you're making it.
Okay.
Um, and but we've experimented with when to add the coffee to the mixture, where whether or not coffee happens before sugar. So these are all very interesting experiments that we did over time, and basically the way that we like to have it taste, it had to do with the coffee was already in before we added the sugar, and we didn't want to burn the coffee
Right.
by overheating it. So I ended up doing a bunch of it was well I was in the kitchen cabinet one day looking around, and I thought, I've seen a lot of things recrystallize. Honey recrystallizes, but it dawned on me I had never seen maple syrup recrystallize. And I thought, what's up with that? So I got online to do some research on it, and what they do is that they boil the syrup until it gets to a certain specific gravity,
Hmm.
and then they add to it diatomaceous earth. They put food grade dirt in perfectly good syrup. This blew my mind. I was
I
like,
couldn't, yeah.
why would you do such a thing?
So
Well, then what they
diatomaceous, just to back up to, because I've never heard that term before,
yeah.
diatomaceous earth, is that from like a certain layer of the earth, or is that like you
Well,
mentioned it's
actually,
food grade, but is it
I believe
purified?
it in reality, it's actually from like seashells or something.
Uh-huh.
But it's pretty fine, and some people use it to kill snails
Huh.
in their yard. But what they do then is that after they mix this in, they then at 180 degrees they pump the syrup through what's called a maple syrup filter press, and it has a whole bunch of compartments that are separated by a little filter, which is bigger than the diatomaceous, smaller than the diatomaceous earth.
Hmm.
And under pressure, we push the syrup through those filters, which collect all the diatomaceous earth, which creates a super dense filter to push the syrup through.
Mm.
And doing that under that temperature, it emulsifies any remaining sugar crystals.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're able to maintain an extremely high viscosity and have it resistant from being able to recrystallize. In fact, you can even put that in your refrigerator, in your freezer rather, which I have customers do because they like to put it on their ice cream,
Right.
as if the ice cream would be there long enough for it to melt it.
Right.
Not in my case, for sure.
Right.
So yeah, so it's extremely stable. That's another thing that bartenders really like about it too, is it's very shelf stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have to then custom build a the filter in which you place the diatomaceous earth or
Yeah, I actually bought it from a maple syrup uh, uh, filter manufacturing company. It was a
amazing?
rather expensive experiment. So
That such a thing exists.
I was very pleased that it worked.
Yeah,
So yeah, and we're happy with the progress of that, how that functions. Yeah.
very cool. So that's the regular, that's the
Yeah.
caffeinated version.
Mhm.
Um I'd have to go look at the bottle again to see how much caffeine is in this, but
Well, fortunately it's not a food product, so because it's not a food product, it doesn't have to have that
you don't have to declare
stuff
it.
on it, right? Yeah, but I will tell you, it's rough. I've done the math. 1 ounce is about 5 cups of coffee.
Okay. So
Yeah,
not
so it'll get you going.
insignificant. Yeah. Which is why you also have the decaf.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I have one customer who puts the regular on his waffles in the morning.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
He says it gets a lot done.
All right, so tell me about the decaf because I know a lot of companies have to go through a specific process um, to take the caffeine out of the beans, and then they send you the bean to work with it. And you work with Clutch Coffee on both of these products, right? Are your coffee
Yes.
supplier.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we acquire the coffee, it's 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 already gone through the decaffeination process.
Hmm.
So therefore, then when we make it, the formula is exactly the same. Only about 50% of folks that taste them side by side, like directly, can perceive a difference.
Hmm.
I'd say about 5% of folks can actually articulate what it is. Um, accurately, but I've had people sit right next to each other and describe exactly the opposite of each other. Those are usually married people.
Right.
And yeah, so it's fun to see what people think. Some people think one is more chocolatier than the other, and and it's fun. But the second you mix them with anything, you can't tell anymore.
You can't tell. Yeah.
No,
It's such a fine palette that can pull apart the little bit of difference that you notice there.
yeah. I think of it when I taste it. I sense uh, on the decaf a slight bit more. I would call it not necessarily a bitterness, but and that particular kind of note brings it makes it a little more coffee forward,
Hmm.
which is probably the reason why Sip Magazine gave it their silver medal. And
The regular, not the decaf.
yeah, no, the decaf. Yeah,
Oh,
Sip
the decaf.
Magazine gave it the decaf their silver medal, making it the best coffee liqueur made in the Northwest. They like that feel of that little bitterness there, and whereas the regular clutch, I think, is a little more chocolatey,
Hmm.
which is fine, so that's perfectly good.
Yeah, why not? And if you're just I just had a small taste of it. I put it in a snifter,
Okay.
and I thought that was a lovely way to finish a meal. What I suggested when I wrote about it is adding a splash of oat milk just to amplify the coffee aroma a bit,
Hmm.
because there is sugar already in there.
Yeah.
So, but you have a couple recipes on your website. What's your favorite way to drink the coffee liqueur? And do you do it
My
in the
favorite
morning or
way,
the evening?
my favorite is espresso martinis,
Hmm.
and we've got uh, there's quite a few bars in our area that that use this as their featured cocktail drink. And so Karen and I will go out to them, fairly regularly. We try to hit at least one every week and try out their different profiles. And some of them are just incredible. Well, they're all good, but I mean, some of them are just a lot of fun. One place does a periodically they do like a flight of espresso martinis. So yeah, chocolate, vanilla, regular, uh, and caramel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And they're adding a new one where they're using our jalapeno flavored vodka, which right now is only available in Washington State, but to give it a little bit of extra kick,
Hmm.
uh, we're calling that the Spider, which is that's I'll tell you that's a really really good cocktail. And it's like one part of the espresso of the coffee liqueur, and then one part of the jalapeno flavored vodka.
Yeah.
We call it the spider, so it's kind of fun.
Nice. So that's in the evening. If people want to drink this during the morning, of course they can.
Oh, absolutely.
It can rock your brunch quite nicely.
Yes, yes.
Because the decaf does still have some alcohol in it. It's decaf, but not alcohol free. So we should
No,
maybe
they both have the
distinguish.
same amount of alcohol. Yeah,
Yeah. So when you drink it in the morning, what is your preferred way to drink it?
in coffee.
Just straight in coffee.
Yeah, just put it in coffee, sweeten the coffee up, and give it an extra super kick.
Amazing. Yeah, there's the viscosity is something that I very much enjoyed about this product. The aroma is really um you don't even need to taste it to know what it tastes like because the aroma coming out of the glass is so powerful.
Thank you.
So, yeah, it's a really beautiful product. So, thank you for
Thanks.
taking the time
Well,
to make it.
well, thank you. Yeah. Well, Karen makes tiramisu with it. She
Uh-huh.
soaks the lady fingers in it. We've got customers bring us things like fudge. In fact, actually, we have a company that's just started manufacturing truffles for us for Christmas time, and we have truffles made with clutch. The light colored truffle is for daytime, and that's got regular clutch in it, and the dark colored one is for nighttime, and that has the decaf clutch in it.
Yep, that makes sense.
So it's fun to see what people do with it, and have they bring and share with us. So we enjoy it.
And John, I'm sitting in California. What states, if you think of, especially around the American West, which is where a lot of my audience is, are you available around the United States, or are there certain states where you're not available that people should know about?
Yeah, we can. Well, actually, in Washington State, we only can ship in Washington State. However, we work with a company in California
Hmm.
who ships to all states with the exception of Michigan,
Hmm.
North Dakota, Tennessee, and Utah.
Okay, so it's available everywhere.
Yep. So you can order it on our site, and then we will process the order through Vista Wine and Spirits
Hmm.
in San Diego,
Yep.
and they'll get that out to you, within a week. And if you order now, you have time to get it for Christmas.
Well, it'll probably take me a couple days to get the podcast up, hopefully by Monday.
Cool.
And then we'll have plenty of time for the holiday season. So we'll see where this goes.
Well, good. Well, we thank you very much. Any other questions we could help you out with and tell you about anything else? I sent you a 7 pack sampler, yes?
You sent a 7-pack sampler. I tasted everything, but this is really the one that jumped out at me. So that's really how I wanted to focus our time today.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's good. And it really is the one that jumps out for a lot of folks. The uh, the apple, though, is probably my favorite to do tastings with people of. Um, it's so much fun because you'll see them, they'll smell it, and you can see in their eyes they're having a memory,
Yeah,
you know, and then they'll sample it, and 90% of the time, they're within a matter of just a few moments, they'll share that memory,
yeah,
you know, and that's uh, I really get a kick out of that, watching people taste the stuff, and of course, we get very similar reactions with Clutch, where people are like, "Wow," so that's a lot of fun. So we enjoy it.
yeah. And where is Clutch based? They're right near you, right?
What's that?
Clutch Coffee is based right near you, right?
Oh no, we do. Clutch is just the name of our product. We don't. It's not the coffee. It's just the name of the product. Clutch. Yeah.
Oh,
Clutch coffee liqueur. Yeah.
I completely misunderstood that. I thought there was a separate company that made the coffee.
No, no, no. If you take a look actually at all of our bottles and stuff,
Uh-huh.
you've got Clutch and you got Decaf Clutch. You have
Yep.
Torque. You have Headlight.
Yeah.
You have High Beam. You have Spark. You have Starter. These are all motorcycle part names.
Oh, so there's a story behind the story.
Yes.
Well, good thing I clarified that. Goodness. So what is the motorcycle story?
Well, motorcycles, it turns out, were very heavily used during Prohibition. The outriders, as they would be called, would run out ahead of the bootleggers to make sure the coast was clear.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would actually deliver product back in the woods where cars couldn't get to, but for the most part, they had a pretty tight relationship between the distiller and or the moonshiner and the bootlegger who would transport the product. So uh, we also happen to have our own motorcycles, and we used to do a lot of riding, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But while we were doing research on how motorcycles are used, we came across a company in uh, Indiana called Janus Motorcycles.
Hmm.
And they build motorcycles that were designed in the 1920s and 30s. And so we got to talking with them, and we came up with a special collaborative product that we did in conjunction with them. And it was based on their Halcyon motorcycle.
Hmm.
If you go to our website, I think there's still a video that's up there that shows a picture of somebody with a Halcyon motorcycle enjoying some of our stuff and the Halcyon product. And you can see it's a really super cool looking motorcycle. And they actually ended up building this one.
Wow.
And we take it around to events and things. We have period motorcycle helmets and goggles that people can wear and get their picture taken on it. And it's a
Nice.
lot of fun. You can check out our Facebook and you can see lots of images that we took recently at the Seattle Cider Summit.
Wonderful. Well, I had no idea. I just thought that Clutch was a Northwest coffee company. So I'm glad you clarified that.
All good. Yes, yes.
Well, then let me ask you about the coffee. Where do you get the coffee from then?
It's an Arabic coffee, so
Yeah.
it comes up mostly out of South America
Okay.
and sustainably grown and farmers are well taken care of. We're kind of
Yep.
bent on that sort of thing,
Yep.
and so that's where it comes from. And
Yeah.
yeah,
All right,
so.
good. Well, this has been an enlightening conversation. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, happy to do so.